All right, strap in, everyone, because today we're diving deep into Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, this one's a trip, isn't it?
It really is, and I'm so glad you're here to help unpack it all with me.
Absolutely happy to be here.
So anyone listening who hasn't seen it, Eternal Sunshine takes this really wild sci-fi concept,
Mhm.
a company that can actually erase memories,
Mhm.
and it turns it into this incredibly human story about relationships and loss and what it means to be human.
I think what gets me every time is how it makes you actually feel like you're inside Joel's head, like you're right there experiencing this breakup in reverse.
Yeah, the whole nonlinear storytelling. It's like our memories, right?
Right.
Messy and fragmented, completely out of order.
Exactly. You never know what memory is going to pop up next, and it just pulls you in.
And then, on top of that, you've got Jim Carrey playing Joel, which is
Well, yeah, talk about unexpected.
right. I mean, this is the Ace Ventura guy, right? You don't expect to see him in this kind of like quiet, introspective role, and he just nails it. Like gives this incredible nuanced performance of a man struggling with this really deep sadness.
It's so powerful. Like it's not your typical rom-com performance.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it makes his heartbreak feel that much more real, that much more relatable.
And then you have Kate Winslet at Clementine, who's just this like burst of color and energy, total opposite to Joel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that electric blue hair.
Oh, iconic.
Right. Like
Yeah.
my jaw dropped the first time I saw it.
But what's interesting is, she doesn't fall into that manic pixie dream girl trope.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's not just there to quirkily shake up Joel's life.
Right.
The film actually gives her some real depth. You see how her past trauma shapes her impulsive behavior.
I think that's one of the things I love most about this movie is that it gives us these complex characters who they don't fit into these neat little boxes. They're messy and complicated, just like real people.
And I think that's what makes Clementine so fascinating. She's got that vibrance and spontaneity, and that's what initially draws Joel in.
Yeah, definitely.
But then we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Lacuna Inc. Right, this company that's erasing memories.
Yeah, they're offering a pretty tempting solution to heartbreak.
They are.
But it raises some serious ethical questions.
Big time.
Like, is it really okay to just erase painful memories? Like, what are the implications of that?
The film really doesn't shy away from that moral gray area, like it makes you question the consequences of trying to erase our past.
And the character of Mary, played by Kirsten Dunst, is such a great example of that.
Oh, yeah.
She has this affair with the doctor who runs Lacuna, right? And then has the memory erased. But it clearly doesn't solve anything.
It's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
Yeah.
You might not see the damage, but it's still there, festering beneath the surface.
Ooh, I like that.
It's like Mary's story is a warning, don't you think? Like it suggests that trying to outrun our past mistakes might just lead us to repeat them.
Oh, that is a terrifying thought.
Right.
And then it gets even creepier because we have, Patrick, played by Elijah Wood,
Oh, yeah.
who actually uses Clementine's erased memories to try and manipulate her.
It's so messed up, right? Like, it makes you realize how vulnerable our memories are. This technology in the wrong hands, I mean, it could be devastating.
Absolutely.
Like, imagine someone weaponizing your own past against you.
That is a scary thought.
It really is.
And then you have Joel, right, going through this erasure procedure.
Mm.
And as his memories are fading, he starts to realize that losing those painful moments also means losing the lessons he's learned,
Right.
and the love that they represent.
It's like a light bulb moment, right?
Yeah. He suddenly understands that even the bad memories, they contribute to who we are.
They make us, us.
Exactly. And that's a point that the film keeps coming back to, right? That erasing our past doesn't lead to this spotless mind or some perfect happy existence.
Right.
It's the combination of all our experiences.
The good, the bad, the ugly, the whole shebang.
Yeah, that shapes us.
Totally.
And it just makes you question, what is identity?
Big questions.
Yeah. If we erase our past, are we still the same person? Like, what makes us?
What makes you, you, and me?
Right. It's mind-blowing.
I know, right?
And it's just the beginning.
Oh, we're just getting started.
You haven't even scratched the surface yet.
There's so much more to unpack.
I know. So buckle up, everyone, because this deep dive is just getting started.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this. Makes you think, would we really want to just wipe away those parts of ourselves that hurt?
Right. Is a spotless mind even even possible or even desirable, you know?
Yeah.
What if those difficult experiences, the heartbreaks, the moments of regret, like what if those are actually the things that make us who we are?
It's like you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Right. Right.
Sometimes you got to go through the messy stuff to grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of love too, right?
Yeah.
It's messy, it's unpredictable,
But
it can break your heart, but it can also be this incredible source of joy and growth.
And I think Eternal Sunshine captures that so beautifully, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sugarcoat the heartache, but it also doesn't shy away from the joy, the passion, the crazy excitement of falling in love.
In the way Michel Gondry uses these visual metaphors to show all that,
Oh, it's brilliant.
it's masterful.
Like remember that scene where Joel and Clementine are literally shrinking, trying to hide from the memory erasers?
Oh yeah, they're under the table.
Yeah.
In his childhood home, and the furniture is like gigantic.
Yeah, Gondry uses that forced perspective and makes you feel like the memories are closing in on them.
It's like you said, inescapable.
Yeah, yeah. And then that shift, you know, from this idyllic childhood memory to the harsh reality of the erasure procedure.
It's jarring, right?
It is. It's like the film's reminding us that the way we remember the past,
Yeah.
it's not always the full picture.
We tend to idealize things, don't we?
Yeah,
Our memories, they can be tricky like that.
totally.
Blending emotions and time, in ways that don't always make sense.
Speaking of tricky, I mean, we got to talk about Clementine.
Oh, Clementine.
Like, what a character, right?
Like one of a kind, that's for sure.
He is. She's not your typical rom-com heroine, you know?
Yeah.
She's impulsive. She makes mistakes. She's not afraid to speak her mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's so refreshing, you know?
It is, to see a female character like that.
Yeah.
Who's allowed to be all those things?
To be complex, to be messy, to be real.
Being real.
Without being punished for it.
Without being put in a box.
She really turns that manic pixie dream girl thing on its head, I think.
Oh, completely.
And it's just that authenticity, you know, her refusal to fit into a box.
That's what draws Joel to her.
Exactly.
Like, he's captivated by her, even if it scares him a little bit.
Yeah, and they complete each other in a way, don't they?
They do.
Like Joel, he needs Clementine's fire.
Mm-hmm.
And she needs like his grounded presence.
Yeah.
It's what makes them so compelling to watch.
They're magic together.
Even when they're driving each other crazy.
You know they're meant to be, even when they're at odds.
Yeah. Because you can feel that underlying connection.
Absolutely.
Which makes that whole decision to erase each other, it's heartbreaking, you know?
Oh, it's brutal.
Like they're trying to escape the pain, but they're also erasing the love, the passion.
Everything that made it special.
Yeah. It's like, are we so afraid of pain that we're willing to hurt ourselves?
Sometimes it seems like it, right?
Yeah.
Like we're cutting off our noses to spite our faces.
Yeah, it's so true.
And even though they go through with the erasures, like you get this sense that they're still drawn to each other.
Yeah.
On some level, you know?
Like their hearts remember what their minds have forgotten.
Exactly. Which brings us to that ending.
Oh, that ending.
I mean, come on, right?
Right.
They meet again, supposedly for the first time, but there's that spark, right? That recognition.
Chills every time.
Oh, me too.
It's like they're starting over.
Mm-hmm.
But with this unspoken awareness that they've been there before.
It makes you wonder, are they going to make the same mistakes?
Right.
Are they doomed to repeat the cycle? Or is this a chance for a fresh start?
The film doesn't give you an easy answer.
It doesn't.
It just leaves you with those questions, you know?
Which I kind of love.
Yeah, me too.
That lets you come to your own conclusions.
And I think that's the beauty of Eternal Sunshine, you know? It stays with you.
No, it does.
Makes you think about your own life, your own relationships.
Long after the credits roll.
Yeah, totally.
That's the mark of a great film, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really does, like, stick with you.
It's one of those films that you can watch over and over.
Oh, for sure.
And still pick up on new things.
Absolutely. Every time you notice another detail, another layer.
It's like it rewards your curiosity.
Yeah, just like a good deep dive.
Exactly. And speaking of the deep dive, that title, you know, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a powerful phrase.
It really is.
And it's actually from a poem, right?
It is, yeah, by Alexander Pope.
It perfectly captures that idea of wanting to forget, you know, to wipe the slate clean.
To just like start over fresh.
Yeah, and achieve some kind of blissful ignorance. But But as the film shows us, maybe that's not really what we want.
Maybe not.
Or even what's best for us, you know?
Yeah, like those painful memories, the heartbreaks.
The regrets.
They're all part of who we are.
They shape our choices, our values, how we see the world.
It's like, what's that Japanese art?
Oh, you mean kintsugi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kintsugi, where they repair broken pottery with gold, and it's beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
Like those cracks, they become part of the object's beauty.
Yeah.
Evidence of its, like, resilience.
That is such a beautiful way to put it.
And I think that's true for us, too, right?
Absolutely.
Like, our imperfections, our scars, those past traumas, they don't, like, diminish us.
No.
They can actually make us stronger, more interesting, more
Yeah.
compassionate, even.
Yeah, they become part of our story.
Exactly.
And I think that's really what Eternal Sunshine is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Embracing the totality of our experiences, you know?
The good, the bad, the whole mess.
Yeah, and understanding that even the painful memories have played a part in making us who we are.
They brought us here.
They brought us here, yeah.
It's a film that, like, celebrates life, doesn't it?
It does.
The messy, complicated, beautiful mess of it all.
And ultimately, I think it's a film about the power of love,
Mm-hmm.
even when faced with heartbreak and loss.
Even when it hurts.
Yeah, it's a powerful message.
Yeah, it really is.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind,
Mm-hmm.
we want to leave you with one final thought.
All right, hit us with it.
If you had the chance, would you erase a painful memory? And what might you lose in the process?
It's something to think about.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this journey, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening.